반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
Shin Yajin deeply regretted her actions, realizing how wrong she had been. She had caused so much harm, especially to Eunchang, and she felt the weight of her mistakes more than ever. After revealing the truth about the fake daughter, Guhana was furious, and Shin Yajin's behavior became even more shameless. She had treated Guhana cruelly, never even apologizing for her actions. Despite this, Shin Yajin still thought money could fix everything, but when Guhana left, her problems only grew. Things took a darker turn when Shin Yajin forced Guhana and Eunchang apart. Eunchang, who had been raised by Guhana like a mother, was devastated. He cried, begging to live with Aunt Hana, but Shin Yajin didn't care, believing that Eunchang would adjust in a few days. But she was wrong. Eunchang became more and more sick, refusing to eat and even losing his ability to speak. Shin Yajin was heartbroken but didn't know what to do. Hwang Jin Goo tried to convince Shin Yajin to send Eunchang back to Guhana, but she stubbornly refused. She believed that after everything she had done to get Eunchang back, she couldn't just give him up. When Eunchang's condition worsened, Shin Yajin reluctantly took him to the hospital, where she learned that Eunchang was suffering from depression. The doctor explained that Eunchang needed to be with Guhana to recover, but Shin Yajin didn't want to accept it. Despite her wealth, she couldn't fix the problem with money. As the days passed, Shin Yajin's guilt grew. She realized that forcing Eunchang to be separated from Guhana had been her mistake. She had pushed away the person who had cared for Eunchang, and now she was watching the child wither away. Shin Yajin couldn't believe how wrong she had been and knew she needed to make things right. Meanwhile, Yoon Sung-ho was also shocked by Shin Yajin's actions. He couldn't understand how she had treated Guhana so badly, especially after Guhana had been the one to raise Eunchang. He learned that Choi Myung-ji, Shin Yajin's sister-in-law, had played a part in all of this, deceiving Shin Yajin and causing even more trouble. Shin Yajin was finally starting to see the truth, but the damage was done. Shin Yajin, filled with regret, sent a heartfelt message to Guhana, begging for forgiveness. She admitted her mistakes and pleaded with Guhana to save Eunchang. She promised to accept Guhana as her daughter and apologize for everything, but it was too late. Guhana had already learned the painful truth about Shin Yajin's role in the death of her adoptive parents. She couldn't forgive Shin Yajin for what she had done. However, despite everything, Guhana still cared for Eunchang like her own child. She agreed to take him back, and the moment Eunchang saw her, he ran to her with tears in his eyes, finally reunited with the person he loved. Eunchang's happiness was evident, and he felt like he was home again. With Eunchang back in her arms, Guhana promised to give him the life he deserved. Shin Yajin, feeling the full weight of her actions, began to seek revenge against those who had deceived her. She uncovered Choi Myung-ji's corruption and started planning to expose her. Choi Myung-ji, sensing that everything was falling apart, grew increasingly desperate. She could feel the storm approaching as Shin Yajin's investigation revealed her wrongdoings. As the truth came to light, Choi Myung-ji and her ally Yoon Se-young began to realize they could no longer hide. The consequences of their actions were catching up with them, and they knew their time was running out.
'Cause you are beautiful.